Hello, it's Work in Progress Wednesday, and I don't have enough progress on the weaving to be worth showing you how it's looking. I haven't been in the mood, and I think if you're doing a hobby of any sort, whether it's creative or whether it's train spotting or video gaming or whatever, you need to be in the mood to do it, otherwise it's not fun, it's just a slog. It's summer, there's a lot of flies, excuse my Australian wave. What I do have, and I'm very excited about this, is a project bag. I've never had an actual project bag in my life. I've used Moore's bags and shopping bags and, carrier bags, but this is an actual proper project bag. And I bought this for the temperature snake, which I'm now going to show you. Look, it's got a drawstring top, which theoretically will keep some of the dog hair out of this, although that's an uphill battle. And it's not really made for the amount of yarn that I've got in it, because the yarn that I'm using for the snakes is Bendigo Woolen Mills Classic in 8-ply, and when you buy that yarn you get 200 grams, so you get a big ball of yarn. And I bought it when I thought I was doing a temperature blanket, so I bought yarn that you could get a lot of for not a lot of money, because these are about $14.60 each for 200 grams, so it does work out really reasonable. I'm justifying my purchase to you. Now, snake. So last week I didn't have a lot of time to talk about how the snake is constructed because it was raining on me, and now it's just windy and warm, so sorry about the wind, though it's not really my fault, I didn't do it. Anyway, here's how the snake's looking. This is up to date till yesterday, and the way the snake works is every row on this body is a day of the year, and the way I'm doing it is to take the maximum temperature for each day and then choose the colour based on that. So this dark red here is 35 degrees plus, the bright red is 30 to 34 degrees, then I've got orange for 25 to 29, yellow is 20 to 24, and then I've got other 4-degree increments going lower than that. So basically whatever the maximum temperature is, that is what colour the stripe for that day is. So this is up to yesterday. I obviously haven't done today's yet because I don't know what the maximum is. I think it's about 31. Thank you, wind. There are other ways to do temperature projects. Some people in the group are doing a snake with 2 bands per day, so they're going to get like a double long snake with the lowest temperature and the highest temperature. People do that in their blankets as well. They do a stripe for the lowest, a stripe for the highest, or if they're doing granny squares, for example, they might do one round at the lowest and the next round at the highest. Loads of different ways to do it. Some people take the high and the low, add them together and take the average. That all sounds a bit complicated for me, so I'm just seeing how hot it is, basically. Now, the other thing that I'm doing, because I've got so much yarn, is I was poking around on the Bureau of Meteorology site, because that's what I do for fun, shush, and I found the historical data for Melbourne for 1978, which is the year I was born. So I thought, why not do also a 1978 snake? So let me get that, because it's down here. So this is the 1978 snake, and that's my colour for, it's not the best green for this, I don't think, but the green that I wanted was out of stock, so I went, okay, well, we'll get the other one then. So this green is, 15 to 19 degrees. So a cooler start to the year in 1978. What was I saying about dog hair? I don't know if you can hear the dogs, actually. They're having a bit of a bark in the backyard. We've got 2 at the moment. We're babysitting one. So yes, that's the start of 1978. Now, in theory, because I've got all of the data for 1978, I could just go straight on and finish the snake. But what I'm going to do, slow down, think about your words before you just let them out of your face. What I am going to do is do it in tandem with the 2023 snake. So they will get to be about the same length at the same time. And also, because it's a crochet along, I don't have the tail pattern yet, so I can't really just go ahead and finish the 78 snake. So they will plod along together. These are the same pattern, just worked with a different tension, because that's how I roll. There's another dog hair on that. And I did add an extra band on the neck of the 78 snake just to give it a bit of a longer head, because I felt like it and I thought that would be fancy. It's not that fancy, really, is it? But those are my snakes. 1978, 2023. And yes, I have indeed put the wrong round on the wrong snake. I'll have to try and concentrate a bit before I start crocheting. So those are the snakes, that's how they're going. I don't know that I'm going to show you this every week, because it's just going to be like that much longer, that much longer, that much longer. But on the other hand, maybe there'll be weeks when I don't have anything much to talk about, in which case I will show you my snake. Now, the other thing I'm working on is, last week I had finished a green frog. I'm going to put my snakes down, and I'm going to get some bits. So last week I had finished my green frog, which I forgot to bring out. I was going to hold him up and go, do you remember when I finished this green frog? So here's a photo of the green frog. And I said I was going to do one in orange and construction. Well, not construction, but... Oh, this is a very disorganised bag of stuff, which is much like me. So I've got a dog hair on that. I've got legs. Oh, show you this in a sort of good way, maybe. Let me get this on my... Let me get organised here. So I've got legs. Legs, and I know how to use them. These came out way better than the green ones, so practice does indeed make perfect, because look at those little feet. I don't know that they've... This orange is not great on camera, but it is a really nice sort of orange. It's a really nice orange, but it is sort of flaring out to a bit red on camera. Now, I've also got in here... Oh, I should have organised this before I pressed record, but, you know, it's just not who I am as a person. So I've also got arms. So I did do the fiddly bits first, because doing these at the end was a bit of a slog, and I thought I'll get them out of the way first. So I've got the limbs. And as for the frog, and too much hair, where is the frog? Is it in my bag? Why am I asking you? Yes, it must be, because there's the orange. There's the frog. So I've started constructing the head. Oops, and that's how the head is going. So not really very froggy just yet, but that will obviously come down into the body. And the other thing that I'm going to do is I found in my stash some Lion brand Thick and Quick, which I bought with a gift voucher from my friends, many years ago, and never found a really good project to do with it. Like I tried crocheting with it, didn't love that. I mean, I loved it, but it wasn't, you know. I'll get to the point in a minute. Anyway, I've got these balls of Lion brand Thick and Quick, and I'm going to make a big frog out of them. So once I've done the little orange frog, I will do a big frog, and then I'll probably not do a frog for a while, because 3 times in a row for the same pattern, probably a little bit much, probably a little bit sort of settle down. So we'll see where I get from there. Anyway, that's all I have for you this week. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time, and you take care of yourself in the meantime. Bye for now.